10 at 5.
Welcome, everyone. We start off with breaking news tonight. An attempted bank robbery at the El Dorado Savings Bank at 48th and J Street. Sacramento police confirm after a brief pursuit, the suspect who got away from the bank crashed at 30th and C. He is being treated for unknown injuries. We have multiple crews on the way. We'll have a live report from the scene shortly. Well, elsewhere, it's something you often hear us say. Police need your help in finding a suspect. But in this case, the suspects have 4 legs. 2 separate dog bites have law enforcement and neighborhoods on high alert. News 10's Gabriel Rojas live now with a story you'll only see right here on News 10.
Walt, in both cases, the victims were 7-year-olds. The latest attack happening here at Sandy Motley Park. And the mother of that victim tells us that time is running out for the family to make an important decision about her daughter's care.
He just went right down that path.
Melissa Elliott has a message for the man whose dog bit her 7-year-old daughter in the leg.
I would just say, please show me that your dog is vaccinated. That's it. Sorry. That's all. I don't want anything more.
It was Monday night when Elliott says the all-white dog, about 16 to 24 inches tall, between 30 and 40 pounds, wearing a red collar, broke free from its owner and took a bite out of the little girl.
I started screaming at him, you know, your dog's attacking my daughter, and he really wasn't very helpful at all.
She says she tried to get information from the man, but before she knew it, he took off. The incident follows another case just days earlier near the North Davis Greenbelt between Catalina and Corona. A woman told investigators a male black Labrador retriever was running loose in the area when it bit her 7-year-old grandson.
I think it's terrible to hear that another kid had to go through this. It's very scary.
The Yolo County Sheriff's Office reminds everyone not to let their dogs run loose and to vaccinate pets for rabies. They're asking for the public's help finding these 2 dogs to possibly prevent the victims from potentially difficult rabies treatments.
The County Department of Health told me I think we have about 10 days between the bite, which was Monday, until the start of the first treatment. So that's why I was really hoping yesterday or today to get a hold of this dog and his owner.
Now, Elliott tells us that her daughter has already had to go to the doctor twice this week. She says they do have the option to forego the 4 to 5 rabies shots because she says the doctor tells her that rabies is rare, but she says she can't help but worry about the decision. We're live in Davis. Gabriel Rojas, News 10.
Yeah, it's a tough call for parents to make. Gabriel, thank you very much. Check in with the forecast. News 10's Monica Woods, the chief meteorologist, coming in. We've been talking about triple digits, but that's more for tomorrow, right?
That's more for tomorrow. Today, actually not a bad day with temperatures in the 90s. We've been tracking numerous thunderstorms in the Sierra, and with all that dry brush, this is very concerning because of the lightning strikes. So we'll be looking for any of those smoldering spots, for any of the brush fires that may pop up. Very high fire danger over the coming weekend because of this, especially south of Lake Tahoe, along south of Highway 50. So let's take a look at some pictures. This is what it looked like at Tahoe just a little bit ago, and it was very ominous up there, very dark clouds for the high country, and you can see them rolling through, just very, very dark clouds. Yeah, a lot of folks saying, I've never seen it like this, where it looks so dark, and a lot of those thunderstorms, unfortunately, resulted in some lightning strikes. Also, near Yosemite, we're tracking some thunderstorms as well. This is our live picture here, and you can certainly see how it's shaded over there towards the corner, and then it's very bright over here. So isolated thunderstorms continue in the forecast for the high country. Locally, we have that nice marine air still influencing our temperatures for today. That low will start to lose its influence. Here comes the high pressure ridge, and the hot temperatures will follow. Walt, we'll have the numbers for you, and take a look at how long those are going to last as well.
Ooh, all right, Monica, thanks. Well, from Yuba City to Sacramento and beyond, the most famous athlete right now, to horse. California Chrome, the favorite at tomorrow's Belmont Stakes, and there's only one place in the area to legally place your bet. Patrick Walker is there at Cal Expo, wagering well underway. Who's getting the action here, Patrick?
You mentioned that, legally getting that bet in underway today. You know, Walt, it has been buzzing here at Cal Expo all day. About 10 o'clock this morning is when the betting opened up, of course, for the Belmont Stakes. And California Chrome looking to be that first Triple Crown winner, that elusive one since 1978. And all of the folks here are hoping to cash in on it. California Chrome is the hot ticket at Cal Expo.
He's going to win. I don't think he's going to win.
Win or not, the shot at a Triple Crown winner is exciting.
I went to the Derby and watched him win, and he helped me win a lot of money.
Linda Henke hopped on the California Chrome bandwagon a few months ago, and she's betting he wins at Belmont. But Carmen Smith has been doing this for a while.
We've been playing them for 60 years or more.
And on her 61st wedding anniversary, she thinks she's going to win big by betting on the jockeys.
I don't care about the horse. They have to win, but I like the jockey.
California Chrome is the odds-on favorite to win, but with odds like 3 to 5, you're not going to make much if you win. If you bet a $2 minimum bet, you'll win $3.20. You could bet on the longer shots. A 16-to-1 favorite would pay $34 on that same $2 bet.
Well, I like Right on Curlin, the 5-horse. And I also like the 9-horse, Wicked.
Or you can place other bets like picking the top 2 finishers.
And I'm going to box the 2 of them.
The possibilities are almost limitless. The odds can change all the way up to the race, and many won't bet until right before the start.
We are the only place in the region where you can come and make a bet on California Chrome or one of those other ran horses.
Cal Expo is ready for the crowd.
It's going to look like a Super Bowl party.
And Northern California is ready to see its pride and joy take home the Triple Crown. And if you want to see that, if you want to have that VIP experience, that fun experience, $38 will get you upstairs, buffet breakfast, buffet lunch. But Walt, one thing we can say about tomorrow, you know, it's starting to get busy in here, but it will be a completely different scene come tomorrow morning.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Patrick, there's a nice line behind you there. We thank you for the update from the legally betting place. More breaking news now. Reports of a drowning at Folsom Lake, this time Beals Point. News 10 Suzanne Fon standing by with the very latest. Suzanne, what happened?
Well, just an unfortunate ending here. We know that a man has drowned. He's 30 years old. Now, emergency crews just left the area a short while ago and the man was taken away. This afternoon, just a handful of people still in the water. What we know is that around 3 o'clock this afternoon, a man was swimming in the lake with some friends and their kids, and he had trouble swimming. He told his coworker that he was exhausted, and then the coworker yelled out for help. Some kids tried to come over and help him, but then they had no luck. Everyone made it to shore safely except for the man. Now, we know that rescue crews came in, a helicopter came in to help with the search. Another one came in to help with the rescue. We also had a lifeguard here, as well as Sheriff's Department and firefighters, and absolutely just a very sad ending to this story here today. We don't know why the man drowned, other than the fact that he was about 100 yards out. The water itself was not very deep. He was about in water that was about 10 feet deep, according to his coworker. That's the latest live here at Folsom Lake. Suzanne Fon, News 10.
Going to be a busy weekend there with temperatures in the hundreds. Suzanne, thank you. Well, controversy continues to surround the release of Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl. Bergdahl and his family have come under attack. National Security Advisor Susan Rice has defended the soldier, saying he served with honor and distinction.
This is a young man whose circumstances we are still going to learn about. He is, as all Americans, innocent until proven guilty.
Also today, the Taliban releasing a statement saying Bergdahl was treated well. He even played soccer with his captors over the past 5 years. A memorial is growing on the campus of Seattle Pacific University. The students obviously affected by what happened. Police say 26-year-old Aaron Ibarra opened fire yesterday, killing one and wounding 2 others before he was subdued by a student security guard. In the aftermath, students and members of the community have brought cards, flowers, and candles to show how much they care.
Regular citizens stepped up and tried to do the right thing, and in this case, I believe they prevented a more horrible tragedy than it was today. As far as Seattle Public University, I think any school that takes steps, even basic steps, has a benefit long term.
One of those injured, the man credited with pepper spraying him, is John Mice. He's getting married in 2 weeks, and anonymous people have been going on his wedding registry and purchasing items for the soon-to-be husband and wife. Today marks the 70th anniversary of D-Day. To commemorate that, dozens of historic aircrafts are on display this weekend at Sacramento's Mather Field. The biggest attraction is the B-29 bomber named Fifi. It flew many missions for the U.S. and veterans during World War II. Organizers say it took a year and a half to bring Fifi to Sacramento. It's the only B-29 left in the world.
So this might have perhaps been one of the most influential pieces of equipment during World War II. It flew farther, faster, carried more payload, and there's no doubt that it ended the war much sooner than it would have had it continued in the Pacific.
I think history really speaks for itself, and people need to appreciate what has happened in the past and learn from it.
Visitors can ride Fifi among many other aircrafts there for a price. All the money goes to a nonprofit that keeps the planes flying. Well, thank God your child just survived going underwater, but are you really out of the woods? The signs of secondary drowning next. A Sacramento man discovers his stolen bike is for sale at a pawn shop. Does he get it back? We're on it. That story's coming up. Welcome back. We got a text, a phone call, and email from a News 10 viewer. Can you help? His stolen bike had been located. It was for sale at a pawn shop. An interesting dilemma. Did he have to buy his bike again? Steve Norath is doing a lot of walking these days. Somebody stole his $800 bike. About a month ago, Steve went to Walgreens on Broadway in Sacramento, locked his bike securely, went inside. 5 minutes later, it was gone. Gone for good? No. Steve didn't give up. He checked local pawn shops and Craigslist for his bike. Amazingly, his buddy found it listed online. It was at a pawn shop, literally down the street from where Steve lives, and the bike was stolen. It's a unique bike. Steve has all the paperwork that says it's his. Happy ending? Well, not so fast. The pawn shop, Capital Jewelry and Loan, was ripped off in this too. They're out $135 to the guy who sold it to them. Steve filed an online report. The police came down to the shop to investigate. Not much more they can do. The idea would be for Steve and the shop to meet halfway. Our camera rolled outside. I would love for him to be able to ride that bike out of here. You guys look good. Everybody's clean. I mean, you tell me how you want to do this. Working it out isn't easy. The pawn shop knows they have Steve's stolen bike. Police are busy with more pressing matters. It was looking like Steve's bike was not going to get any sun today. Do you want? Okay. Well, that's fine, I guess. We're outside the shop here. We're waiting for further instructions. Not sure what's next. I dialed up the cell phone of Capital Jewelry and Loan franchise owner Stan Lukowitz, who made the call to release the bike, pending the police clearing the investigation.
So I can release it back to you.
Steve offered to split the difference of what it cost the pawn shop to buy the hot bike. The store manager, Rick, agreed. Caper solved. Case closed. So how does it feel?
Feels great. I want to thank you very much.
It's what we do here, my friend. We're the action line.
Yeah.
So
now I'm mobile again.
Steve has his beloved one-speed, one-of-a-kind $800 orange mountain bike back. On his way home to grab his helmet and attach a sturdy new lock that not even Houdini can break. As for the guy who sold the pawn shop the stolen bike, he had to give the shop his signature thumbprint ID, and he's on surveillance tape, so he won't be hard to find. Yet another major entry into the dumb crook file. Well, secondary drowning, it's a condition that can happen after surviving a water emergency, and it can kill. A child can look perfectly fine and actually have something very serious going on. It happens when fluid gets trapped in the lungs and, after a matter of time, interferes with normal breathing, possibly causing the heart to stop.
It can take up to 24 hours to develop symptoms, although most people, if they're going to have a significant event, develop symptoms within about 4 to 8 hours.
Experts say it takes a very small amount of fluid in the lungs to cause a secondary drowning, possibly as little liquid as there is in a quarter can of soda. Dry drowning is something we've never heard of and thought that might be a case for most of you. Check out news10.net for more information, including warning signs about secondary drowning. Well, it was the leg cramp scene round the world. Tonight, new developments in air conditioner gate that sidelined LeBron. Warm day here in Sacramento in the afternoon, but apparently not too warm to set up for a picnic. This weekend might be too hot for an outdoor picnic. Monica Woods will check the temps for us coming up. It is the news that tens of you have been waiting for. The air conditioner is fixed in San Antonio. In case you missed it, the AC on the fritz at last night's Game 1 of the finals. It led to the best player on the planet, LeBron James, getting cramps. And he had to be helped off the court by his teammates. LeBron, the only player who couldn't finish last night. That moment almost broke Twitter. The amount of ridicule of being carried off as something for the ages, don't believe me? It has spawned a new meme called LeBroning. People all over the world tweeting pictures of themselves being carried around by their friends. I guess that's what you get when you anoint yourself the king. Everybody's going to have a lot of fun with that until LeBron comes back and the Heat win the next 4 in a row, because he's not going to like this. Do not poke the monster.
No, he does not seem like he has a particularly good sense of humor.
Not right now.
No, no, I can't say that I blame him though.
Yes,
so
right.
We'll see how he returns for Game 2. On News 10 on Sunday, actually. All right, well, we've been tracking these thunderstorms throughout this year. Really impressive in the Lake Tahoe area and then south of Highway 50. Isolated in nature, but CAL FIRE already advising folks, if you're going to put that defensible space, do it before 10 a.m.
Yes.
Because with the heat and then some of the dry brush that's around, it's just not a good recipe with everything going on. A live picture right now up near El Dorado, looking out towards some of those cumulus clouds. Oh, did we change that? Whoops, sorry. I must have missed that one.
Traffic is
89
not
degrees.
too bad.
Yeah, whoops. South wind at 8 miles per hour. I probably forwarded right past that graphic. Sorry about that. South wind 8 miles per hour. So that's pulling in some of that cooler air. Really nice as we're wrapped up this work week with a high of 90 degrees for Sacramento, 85 for Fairfield today, 93 for Stockton, still at 96 for Marysville and 94 for Modesto. But keep in mind, those locations usually a little farther from that breeze, so we don't really see the significant cooling. So when was the last time we hit 100, or the first time last year that we hit 100? June 7th. Pretty close to when it looks like we're going to hit again for this year, that first 100-degree reading. Air quality always taking a hit when we see these ridges of high pressure set up, so unhealthy for sensitive groups for Sacramento, Yolo, El Dorado, Placer, and Nevada heading towards tomorrow. Here's the high pressure ridge. It stays in place through the week, and the low that delivered the Delta breeze starts to move its way off to the east, really losing its strength, so expect that pattern to persist. Lots of active weather throughout the nation's heartland here, as well as throughout the deep south. So we've got lines of storms moving out of the Denver area. That will be in place again tomorrow, and the deep south. If you've got travel plans, call ahead. This is the time of year we see lots of delays. Here's a look at our weather quiz, taking it outside of our atmosphere. What is a massive burst of solar wind and magnetic field? It is called a coronal mass ejection, and you can find out more on news10.net. We may see some possible effects from that on Saturday with a beautiful aurora. So highs tomorrow will be near 80 for the Sierra. Down the hill we'll get into the 90s to near 100. On and off chances for thunderstorms until about Monday, and then things start to clear out. Highs will be in the 70s. Pretty mild across the coast, but starting to see some warming. 72 tomorrow for San Francisco. We're up to almost 90 for Fairfield, near 100 throughout the northern San Joaquin Valley. Patterson up to 101, and we'll see those near 100-degree temperatures as well. Folsom tomorrow up to 102, 101 for Roseville, and the 7-day forecast, there's not a lot of cooling immediately in the forecast. Best chance to see the records will be on Sunday, and it looks like by Tuesday we'll start to cool into the 90s, but it's still upper 90s. So we're going to have a stretch here of some pretty intense heat.
All right, Monica, thanks for the warning. Well, here's a brilliant idea. Climb to the top of a tall building and jump. Well, you have to have a jetpack. Now we're talking. All right, back to our breaking news. A bank robbery attempt that resulted in a pursuit and crash. Tom Jensen live at the crash scene with more on what happened. Tom?
Here's what we know right now, you guys. At about 4:45, police say there was an attempted bank robbery at the El Dorado Savings Bank at 48th and J, and that led to a big chase with police. We were told by witnesses on the scene there may have been as many as 20 police cars chasing after this. It looks like a Mercedes. It's on the other side of this tree over here, and I can tell you we wouldn't want to go in too close on it right now. We can see bodies. There's at least 2 people dead inside that car. A number of police are on the scene. We're told the coroner is on the way. We do not know exactly how the car wrecked, although it looks like it may have hit a tree, and we do know that there was an explosion on the scene. We'll get back as much information as we can for you tonight at 6 o'clock, including sound from some people who tell pretty amazing stories. Guys?
All right, Tom Jensen, thank you very much. Well, caught on camera, a Canadian couple survives after the pickup truck they were traveling in was struck by lightning. The bolt of lightning was so intense, all 6 airbags inside deployed before smoke filled the singed unhinged truck. 2 crater holes now mark the spot of this frightening event. Well, a man in Colorado is strapping on a jetpack and practicing for big-time jumps. As you can see, yesterday at sunrise, he jumped from the 45th floor rooftop of the Four Seasons Hotel in Denver. For about 30 seconds, he flew around, and then he landed back on the roof. The jetpack flight is in partnership with the Smithsonian Channel, which is filming a 1-hour documentary that explores the future of jetpacks on land, in space, and over water. Touchdown smooth. And finally tonight, the California Chrome bandwagon is loaded. People who know little about horse racing are all in. On social media, we haven't seen anything too silly, like people claiming they actually know California Chrome or once fed him a carrot. Celebrity horses are tough to take selfies with. Some dude just wrote a song about Chrome, which is sort of sad because the horse doesn't likely understand the music. Chrome does understand there's a 99-pound guy about to jump on his back. The gate opens and you run fast that way. Tomorrow it's the Belmont and the Triple Crown. Chrome is a $10,000 horse kicking it big in a millionaire's game. The center of the horse racing world is not Palm Springs or Paris. Right now it's Yuba City, California, USA. You go, boy. What a lot of fun.
I'll tell you who does understand that, though, Victor Espinoza, who is his jockey. And his story almost is equally inspirational as California Chrome. He was pretty much dried up. He became the jockey for him. Last time he won the Kentucky Derby was War Emblem on my buddy Bob Baffert's horse.
That's right.
So,
Monica knows Bob Baffert, the trainer.
Well, yeah, his wife is a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
So his story is so inspirational. He is just so emotional about this and to make it this far. So he understands the songs, and I'm sure he's whispering in his ear. He said Chromie understands human language. So.
Well, you're not one of the people that's on the bandwagon. You actually know horse racing. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive dime you just dropped on me here.
Who knew?
Who did know? I didn't know.
I was holding back. All right, well, the forecast for the Belmont Stakes. Here we go. Forecast high, 85 degrees, sunny skies. He's just beautiful. I could look at those pictures all day long. And the horse, too. And here is... Look at the day planner. All right, tomorrow's high, 100 degrees locally. That 85 seemed a lot better in Belmont, although we will see that right about noontime. Beautiful start to the day, 62.
Dry track tomorrow. Good stuff. You're back at 6 with Christina. Have a great weekend.